This is a story of a family and of a father. The kind of story which should have a happy ending, but doesn't. The story of a husband and wife lost in the Oregon wilderness, struggling to save their two young children and themselves. It's a story of love and hope, life and death. The story of a father who made the ultimate sacrifice, trying to save the family he loved more than anything else in the world. This is the story of the Kim family. 35-year-old James, his wife Katie, 4-year-old Penelope, and 7-month-old Sabine. It begins on Friday, November 17th, when the Kims leave their home in San Francisco and drive their Silversoft station wagon to Seattle for a family Thanksgiving with James' aunt and uncle. They had a wonderful time.
During Thanksgiving, it's like when I would just talk to him, one-on-one or with my parents, he would always be distracted because of his kids, and it seems like they came first, before anything,
A week later, the Kims leave Seattle for Portland, Oregon, where they eat brunch with a friend, Ryan Lee.
Well, I went to college with Katie, and she's been a good friend of mine for 10 years at least, and she met James down in California, and then he moved up to Eugene for a while, and, just college stuff, hanging out.
The next day, Saturday, November 25th, they head for a lodge in Gold Beach, Oregon, where they plan on spending the night. The family stops for dinner at a Denny's in the central Oregon town of Roseburg and leaves around 9 p.m. They plan on driving west on Highway 42 to the coast and then south on US 101 to Gold Beach, about a 3-hour drive. However, the family misses the turnoff. They look at a map and decide to take a different route, south on I-5 to Grants Pass and then west from there. A fateful decision for a young family and a young man who seemed to be charmed.
Hey everybody, it's James Kim here, senior editor of MP3s at CNET, and I have with me the first look in my palm. This is the Moby Blue Cube 2.
It's the kind of job a lot of us would love to have. Remember Tom Hanks in the movie Big? He played with toys to see what other kids would like. Well, James Kim essentially had the same job. The 35-year-old editor for CNET, a leading technology website, tested and played the latest high-tech music gadgets and then advised consumers on what to buy.
The reason I like it is because it's $20.
James Kim wasn't just concerned about your wallet, but about your happiness as a parent. After all, these are important purchases for your kids.
It's a digital audio player that my 3-year-old daughter actually approves of it. She picked it up and started using it and started having fun with it without any direction at all. In fact, she skipped the manual just like her dad does.
James often talked about his own kids on his webcast, Penelope and baby Sabine. Friends and colleagues say he was ever the devoted father and husband to Katie.
As a father, I know he loved his kids so much, and his wife, he loved them so much. I know he'd do anything for them.
Han Choi used to work for James at another high-tech venture, but says it felt more like a friendship.
I never saw him get mad. It was one of those people you talk to all the time. It's strange that it was just a really good human being. It just doesn't you don't find that very often.
James was raised in Leoville, Kentucky. His high school principal, Sandy Allen, says he excelled in school and even then had a keen interest in technology.
We had a very, very, I don't know what kind of computer lab you would call it. There were Tandies in it, and our parents put the lab out there, and he took full advantage of it. And when I read what he was doing now and how that little computer lab may have given him the jump start, it just made me just feel wonderful.
There aren't any more small ones, so we're just out of those. Okay.
James had an entrepreneurial streak as well. In San Francisco, he and Katie opened up 2 retail stores, an apothecary and an eclectic clothing shop. Friends marveled at how he was able to manage his life, the shops, fatherhood, his tech reviews. Tom Merritt worked with him at CNET.
I have no idea how he was able to pull it off. I mean, he was an expert multitasker. In fact, when you'd stop by his cube and ask him a question, you could see he was thinking about 6 different things at the same time, and he was able to help you perfectly with whatever you needed.
I'll put this on. Looks like a regular protective helmet, except check it out.
Right, regular.
Veronica Belmont knew him about as well as anyone at CNET. They co-hosted a show and had a lot of fun doing it. If James was having a bad day, she says he never let on.
Even when he was at his most frazzled or his most worried about something or stressed out about something, he would ask, like, oh, but how's your day going? Are you okay? How's everything working out for you? He was very thoughtful and very sweet.
And James had the kind of family life and job many of us would envy.